Renagi.
I'm Derek Opina.
And I'm Danielle Herbor. Barack Obama is in Southern California today for the first time since he won the election. He arrived Wednesday at 3 p.m. at Long Beach Airport. He was greeted by thousands of people who spent the night on the streets in Costa Mesa just to have their chance to see him at the first town meeting. President Obama will remain in Southern California for the remainder of the day. Today he plans going to the town hall meeting in Los Angeles at the Miguel Contreras Learning Complex, and before leaving California, he'll make an appearance on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno.
AIG CEO Edward Liddy is in hot water after word got out that the company used bailout money to pay $165 million in bonuses to his top executives. AIG has been given over $170 billion by the government to keep the company afloat. Liddy faced a grilling from the House panel on Capitol Hill Wednesday and said that he is trying to get some of the money back. Liddy and other managers are trying to sell off assets and use the proceeds to pay back the government. Congress demanded the names of all the employees who received these bonuses. Taxpayers are outraged and are pressuring the government to assure that this does not happen again.
The body of a U.S. Marshal has been discovered in Juarez, Mexico, according to the U.S. Marshal Service, the latest discovery in a wave of violence that has gripped towns along the U.S.-Mexican border in recent months. Local police say the body of Deputy Marshal Vincent Bustamante sustained several shots to the back of the head, similar with an execution-style murder. Carter said the marshals are working with the FBI and Mexican authorities to investigate the death. An autopsy will be conducted in Mexico. No word on funeral ceremonies at this time.
It took jurors only one day to find Raymond Euler guilty for starting the Esperanza fire that killed 5 firemen in October 2006. Not only did the jury find the Beaumont mechanic guilty of all 37 counts of arson, they also agreed that his sentence should be the death penalty. There will be a meeting in June so the judge can decide whether or not the death penalty is appropriate for Euler. The district attorney is convinced that the judge will rule in favor of the jury.
State officials announced Wednesday that they'll deliver more water to Southern California this year than previously predicted, but warned that shipments will remain well below normal. State Water Resources Director Lester Snow said that a series of beneficial storms in February and early March prompted his department to increase allocations to water agencies by 5%. Allocation levels will be reviewed in April and May, but Snow said that he did not anticipate an increase.
The real estate business is continuing its way downhill due to an increasing unemployment rate and the rise of foreclosed homes. The prices of houses are cheaper, but most people don't have the money to buy a new home in the midst of a struggling economy. Reina Leviste has the details.
The struggling economy is continuing to take its toll on the real estate market. Homes are still being foreclosed on as people go through endless battles to make ends meet. Someone who's been affected by foreclosures is Grace De Leon. Grace works at home as a medical management specialist and is also a full-time mother of 3.
We decided to foreclose our house about 6 months after our interest went high. Right now, because of the economy which is very bad, we're living basically our paycheck to paycheck, and we're just...
Erica Legato, president and CEO of E-Real Estate and Loans, has been working in the real estate industry for over 27 years.
I started to see a decrease in home sales the middle of February of 2007 when the subprime market crashed and Wall Street pulled all their money and there's no available money to lend on mortgages. The experts are saying the market should turn around towards the end of 2010 and the beginning of 2011.
Foreclosure rates in California have dropped earlier this year in January. And with President Obama's new stimulus bill, we can only remain hopeful for what it can do for our economy and for the real estate market. For OC News, I'm Reina Leviste.
A 4.8 magnitude earthquake struck at 4:55 this morning near the Salton Sea. A series of at least 18 smaller earthquakes followed. The earthquakes occurred near a section of the San Andreas Fault, centered near San Diego. Scientists are extremely concerned and keeping a close watch. There are no reports of any injuries or damages. The area hasn't had any seismic activity for over 300 years. Many believe that recent quakes could set off the much-anticipated big one.
British actress Natasha Richardson died Wednesday at Lenox Hill Hospital in New York. She was 45. Richardson is known for her performances in the Parent Trap remake and the Tony Award-winning Broadway production of Cabaret. The cause of her death is yet to be announced, but she was hospitalized after suffering a devastating brain injury while skiing Monday. The injury happened at the Mount Tremblant Resort in Canada. Her husband, actor Liam Neeson, and her entire family are shocked by Richardson's tragic death.
Natasha Richardson passes, but not without saving a 7-year-old girl's life. Morgan McCracken from Ohio was saved after her parents found out about Richardson's tragic story. McCracken was playing baseball with her family when her father struck a line drive, hitting Morgan above her left temple. She appears to be fine and the swelling on her head subsided, but on the following night, Morgan was rushed to the hospital after complaining of excruciating headaches. Morgan was lifted by helicopter to a children's hospital and was diagnosed with epidermal hematoma, the exact same injury Richardson had. Morgan received treatment and is well alive thanks to her parents' quick thinking and a little inspiration from a fallen star.
When we come back, we'll talk about how the economy has been affecting our four-legged friends and some changes in Starbucks menu. All this and more on OC News.